Welcome back to Wreckfest. Join us today as we look to finish off the Pro Internationals. Now, in the last episode, we gained the Pro International Championship. If you haven't seen it, go back and have a look. I think we did pretty well, to be fair. But today, we're doing as we always do, and that is to make sure no race has 0 points. We've got 3 races. We're trying to get some points, a minimum of 10, and then we can move on to the final category. So we start today with Challenge the Convoy. Now, Challenge the Convoy is a weird race. It is at Fire Rock Raceway main circuit, and we are driving the Supervan B-rated 166 against those things. Yeah. I think the idea is we have to outrun them in the Supervan and then big rigs. This is not going to go well, I don't think, for us. We need to finish in first position. We are starting in first. We just need to hold on to it. But obviously, the Supervan has its problems, namely cornering and speed, to be a few, and the fact that we've got 3 wheels. But we're currently staying ahead, doing pretty well at the start, taking the corners quite nicely, trying to keep managing the speed. We took that one about 50 miles an hour, just trying to take the corners at a nice angle where we don't have to reduce the speed too much, but at the same time we're not rolling the Supervan over too much either. We're trying to avoid going on to 2 wheels essentially, as we just did just there, because that really slows us down. So we're going to try and take these corners at a good speed, but without going too quickly that we mess the corner up and mess ourselves up at the same time. So far so good. Coming up to the end of lap number 1, and actually we've done okay. We're still ahead. We haven't really been challenged from behind just yet. Made a couple of mistakes as we learned the track and the corners, but all in all, I think we've done pretty well. Finishing lap number 1 in first position, 2 laps to go to hold on to this as well. I think we can do this. The way this is looking, this is doable. No! Too much speed on the first corner there, has messed us up massively, and there comes the big rig challenging us for first position. Managing it, we'll get it back. We are quicker, we've got better acceleration. It's the cornering that's the problem for us. I don't even know which one's top speed. Maybe we've got better top speed as well. But it's the fact that one mistake and they're on us. And another mistake there as we go through the barrier of tyres, managing to stay just about ahead. No, big rig's going to take the lead now. And the second one comes into play. We're going to try and stay up the inside and take back first position. We are back in the first. It is a case of, if they overtake, we've got to put ourselves and our race on the line and go for everything. We can't afford for them to get ahead, and we can't afford to give them any inch on the track either. Left-hander taking it a little bit too tight again onto 2 wheels, and again the big rig comes back as. With any mistake, they're on us. This is going to be a very close run thing, I think, by the end. The left-hander that leads to the run to the line to the end of lap number 2. We are in first position, but the big rigs are on our tail and are looking for any mistake to pounce. First corner, left-hander again. We've gone too quick. See us back on the 2 wheels. Managed to get away with that pretty well though. Managed to get the acceleration down. Oh, a bit caught up on the curb, but again, still staying in first. There are a few mistakes we can't afford to make now. Big rig coming back at us, just lurching in the background there. The thing is, if they hit us as well on a corner, the chances are we're going off and not coming back from it. That's the other thing we're going to be careful of, is if they hit us, we're in trouble. The weight of them against us, we're flying. They're not. Right-hander now, as we mess up the braking, and the big rig's got a chance. It's right on our backside. Managed to hold on. It's now on the outside for the left-hander coming up now. Managed to squeeze our way through. Back in the first position. I don't know. We're just going to hold on now. Left-hander, can we take this nicely? That's a pretty well taken corner. We may have a chance of winning this. That was a really nice corner now. Left-hander here. No mistakes. Decent speed, but not too much. Can we hold it? We can. We can. I think we've done it. I think we have. Come on, race to the line. And we have. We have finished the race first position. Wow. Wow. Supervan sets its own record for this track of 1 minute and 7.254. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to win. I thought we was going to mess that up. But actually, that's gone pretty well. I'm happy. That's a good start to the episode, to be fair. Yeah, pretty happy the way that went in the end. And we gain a big rig as well for our efforts. Nicely done, Supervan. Bonus targets 1 of 1. Total points 100 out of 100. Challenge the Convoy is done. Next up, we're looking at Demons of Dirt, Crash Canyon main circuit. Now, Crash Canyon main circuit has got a couple of lap records. We've got, got 2 lap records to try and look at. We've got the Rockets lap record of 36.133, and we've got the B class record of 51.141 by the Supervan, which is the B class record. We're going to use the Dominator B class 175. This is multi-heat, so we've got to try and qualify. So we're looking for a brand new track record if we can to beat the Rocket, and a B class record as well, which I think B class, pretty simple record to beat. If it's a Supervan was involved, we should beat that one. It's the Rocket's time of 36.133 for overall lap record we're looking to beat today. But we also want to qualify for the semi-finals. So yes, we want to beat the lap times. The focus is not to take too much damage. And we've got off to a decent start. 6 laps are going to go very quickly. So we're going to make sure we're in the top 12. At the same time though, damage is going to be a key here. But as soon as you get to around lap 3 or 4, that's when mischief is going to happen. Crash cars everywhere. We have to be very, very careful of what we're doing. So far though, we're coming in second place as it's been out the car in first and take the lead. Now, I don't think the lead matters so much, although it can keep you out of trouble if you start first in the next race. So first is good, but we're also the first to see crash cars ahead of us, cars coming towards us. I don't know if this is the right position, but at the minute it's where we are. We're in first position with the Dominator. Just got to keep it going. We're near the end of lap number 2, so we're about nearly halfway through the race as well. See all the other cars on the other side. Just being careful of any debris on the track. Yeah, quite a few crash cars already, so we've got to be careful of those as well. We start lap number 3, and it's just a case of taking it nice and easy around the corners, making sure we're just careful of any debris, any car on any corner that we can't see till the last minute. I think that's the big thing. Some of these corners are blind, especially when you go the end corners, and it's not knowing there's a car there destroyed can be catastrophic. So we've got to be very careful on these corners. Of course, slightly overdue the corner there, but it gave us a good eye line on the corner itself, so we knew where to exit, which was quite good in the end. So made the most of that. Near miss for the car, returning to a track after being on the wrong side of the road. It's all going on in a minute. Lap number 4 now. 2 more laps to go. And again, very deep for the corner, but again, it gives us good viewpoint as we come round. Nothing to worry about there though. So the mistake kind of helps in a way, but we don't want to make too many of those, otherwise we're going to start dropping back. And we can't afford to lose any time at this point, just in case. But still in first position, making our way through the debris and the crash cars on lap number 4. And we're holding on pretty well. That car there is a bit of a nightmare. It's in the wrong position. It kind of puts you off your exit point, but we're doing okay. Right in the bumps. There seems to be a lack of cars now coming towards us, which tells me there's a lot of crash cars on the track. Lap number 5 now in the Dominator, and we're definitely dominating. Let's put it that way. I know, poor, but we're doing really well. Lap number 5, first position, flying at this point. Got a decent gap to the cars behind. As I say, it's more about dodging debris now. We don't have to worry too much about the cars behind catching us. I think we've got a decent enough lead without any major mistakes. I think we're golden. But it's the crash cars to watch out for. So, going well, coming over the line to start the final lap of the race. Lap number 6. Again, decent lead. Just got to be careful now. As we overcook the corner, nearly do a 360. Managing to catch her at the last minute there. That will cost us a bit of time, but I'm not overly worried about the time. I don't think it's going to really help the cars behind us. It's the debris on the track that's going to help them if we mess up. But we managed to slice our way through the needle there and managed to take a decent route going past the car. We haven't got far to go now. This is in the bag for us to win the qualifying race, hopefully, as we can cross the line over here, and that is 6 of 6 laps done, first out of 24. We dominated it in the Dominator, to be fair. We set our own lap record, a new track record, and B-class record as well, of 35.493. We smashed it. We beat the Rockets' time for lap record and beat the Supervan's time for lap record for B-class. Straight into the semi-finals, no rest for us, we're straight in. Again, starting in first this time because we finished the qualifying in first, which gives us an advantage. We now just need to stay out of trouble. First corner wasn't the best, but we're not in the pack. And that's the important thing. I think if you can get into first position for any of these races, you've got a very good chance of staying out of trouble very early on, which gives you a massive chance later because you're not going to be damaged at all. So now it's down to us just to keep going, make sure we keep this gap to the cars behind, and be wary of any cars coming towards us or any ones that overcook for the corners, like that one just there. But we're going to finish lap number 1 in first position, just where we started. Lap number 2 now, and again, just got to keep it tidy. Watch out for any crash cars or any cars coming towards us. Decent lead as well, which hopefully we can keep that way. And I think we're flying. Again, dominating in the Dominator. I think this was a very good choice of vehicle for this one, to be fair. I was trying to pick something that was basically around the same class level as everything else in the race, number wise, and I thought 175, it's about average compared to some of the other cars. There are some C class in there, there's some B's as well, so it's just trying to mix up with that without being overly. We could have gone A rated and dominated that way, but I didn't really want to be that far ahead of them. I'm trying to be mid-pack but then do better than mid-pack, if that makes sense. So yeah, Dominator was a good choice, I think. Some debris on the track now to watch out for, as we're now on lap number 3. Still flying, still in first position. Only 20 cars in this. There was 24 in the first race. That's unusual. Why have we only got 20 cars? Should be 24, I'm sure it should be. Doesn't matter, we were still first. Lap number 4 now as we begin it, and we're doing okay again, flying, big lead on us. Not really worried about losing time to the cars behind. It's all about what we can do to avoid any trouble. Car straight ahead of us here. Oh, over the jump, had nowhere to go. That's the problem with some of these. Sometimes if you can't see them when you're over a jump, there's nothing you can do. So we couldn't quite avoid that one, but it is what it is. We're still doing okay. Still in first position. Still got a decent lead. We're going to knock that car out. That's a wreck. We do need to wreck 3 cars here for a bonus. And I think this is the ideal time. They're really low on health. We're max health, or was just about there. As we mess up, as we hit the debris, that was a mistake on our part. Didn't want to hit that debris there. But we have managed to wreck 2 of 2. I think the bonus challenge was wreck 3 cars. So since they were so low health, it made sense for us to hit them. If we hit them at the right angle, it doesn't mess us up too badly. But yeah, that debris wasn't what we wanted. And again, more debris. I think they've just crashed that car as well, which messed us up. We've got some damage showing on the car now, and you can really feel it as we take these corners. But we're still in a good position. We're not overly worried now. I think, this car there, we could have the 3rd one done. Just missed the 3rd wreckage there we could have managed to get. That would have been nice. But we're going to start the final lap of 6. We are in first position. Just trying to knock out another car there. Not enough, really, to wreck him, unfortunately. We don't want to be too ambitious trying to get this 3rd wreck. We don't want to really push it. At the same time, if we get it, we get it. It's nice to get the bonus targets done. I'm just trying not to push it too much to mess ourselves up, especially when you're in this position. To mess up now would be the worst thing we possibly can do, to be honest. Right, first position, lap 6 of 6. Trying to thread it through the debris now. We are flying as we cross the line, first position, and we're going to beat our previous lap record and set a brand new track and lap record for B class of 35.210. Breaking records as we go in this one. Now it's time for the final. We've been first in the semis and the qualifying. Can we win? This time 12 laps. I'm not going to talk all the way through this after the decision was made that we weren't going to skip races when we were in first position and miles ahead. I decided that I'm also not going to commentate all the way through the race. We'll do a couple of laps, see how we go. If anything interesting happens, we'll come back in. But it's one of those, I could commentate all the way through, but it gets a bit annoying when there's nothing going on. But we started in first, and we've already got away in first position. Again, I think this race will really hot up around the end part, around lap 7 or 8 maybe, because there'll be that many damaged cars on the track. That's when we're going to be extremely careful. As we end lap number 1 and start lap number 2 though, nothing's happened. We got away in first position and we've stayed in first position. Currently there's not much debris on the track to watch out for. Decent gap to the car behind as well. See them coming towards us there, the big group. A few stragglers on the back end. They're the ones that could be a problem later on, but at the minute, flying as always on lap number 2. So as we take the final bend of lap number 2, we're going to race towards the line to start lap number 3, and this is where I'm going to end talking. Enjoy the race, and we'll pick it back up when something interesting actually happens. Didn't have to wait long to come back in as we make a major error on the jump there. We were kind of unsighted, 2 cars on our side of the track, and that was a head-on collision. That's cost us a lot of time, but also a lot of damage. Luckily only to the front end, not to the wheels though. But we're still okay. Decent gap still to the cars behind, but that's not put us in a good way. I say decent gap, there's one on our tail right now. So we're being chased down, and again into more debris. We're dropping down in 2nd place now. We wrecked another car. That does complete a bonus challenge. 3 cars out of 3 wrecked that we needed. It's nice to get the challenge done. We've dropped like a stone into 4th position now, all because of some really bad decisions. To be fair, the first crash, unsighted, they were on the outside of the track. Couldn't really tell them they were there till last minute. Nothing really we could do. Debris we hit, that was a mistake from our part. We've got 2 cars there, overtaking them on the outside, and we're up to 2nd position already. Probably should have hit those a little bit, just to knock them out of the race, because both of them seem to be very low health. That could have helped us, to be fair. This car here is a lapped car. I don't even think that's in 1st position. No, it's not, as we overtake it. That was a lapped car by the looks of things. So where is 1st? Is that 1st? That's not 1st either. As you wreck another car. I think that's our 4th wreck so far this race, but we're in big trouble. We are in big trouble now, as it looks like we're going to have some problems finishing this race. Very low health. We're on lap number 5. The cars all around us are all looking low as well, but we're not going to handle too many hits from here. As one car crashes into the debris right in front of us, and that makes us have to avoid it. Managing to keep the car going. 3rd position now as we start lap number 6, the halfway point of the race. And we're not looking in good shape. We're in critical damage. We're in 3rd, which is a decent position, but it's just the fact that we've got so much damage on us. We moved up to 2nd. 1st must have crashed out as we overtake there and take 1st position. We do take a bit of damage on the way through though. And now we've just got to really coax this home. It's all about being careful now. Drive carefully. Don't worry about lap times. Don't worry about the cars around us. Hoping they all crash out and we're the only ones left. Yeah, this has not gone to plan so far. But we are in 1st position on lap number 7 as we begin it. And once again, I'm going to bow out as we continue trying to bring this home. Hopefully we can do so. As we head for the line on lap number 12, we finish in first position. To be fair, the end of that race got really easy because everyone was out by us in second place. So, nice finish. We managed to survive, which I didn't think we would. We have a time, best lap was 35.890, so not massively good. It didn't beat any records that we'd set earlier on. So, the Dominator managed to set a brand new track record and B-class record during that race of 35.210. But that is job done. Position 1, bonus 1 of 2, 200 points out of 200. That was what we was aiming for, and that's what we managed to complete. That was the important part. Now the final race of this episode, banging and slamming. It's the final race that needs some points. It's at Hillltop Stadium Oval. This has a track and B-class record of 22.951 set by Killer B. And we're going into this in the Boomer RS B-rated 229. It's its first race we've actually used this vehicle. I think we won it previous episode before that. So it's first race for us. Can we beat the Killer Bee's track and B-class record in one foul sweep? Let's see if we can. We need to qualify for the semi-final, so it's all about top 12 is what we need here. 6 laps. We're just going to hold this together. So trying to be careful as we try and make our way through the traffic. Starting from the back is the worst position in this race, because you've got to take damage, and damage is one of those things that can accumulate over time and mess you up, especially when you're forced into the barrier like that. This is not a good start for the Boomer RS. Not a good start at all. Okay, the car's in a bit of a poor shape, but we're okay. We're still going. Tyres are still on. 23rd of 24. We're going to take the outside line here, try and switch it to the inside as much as we can, and that's a really nice few overtakes. Up to 14th, 2 positions off qualifying now. We're just going to keep this going. The oval will be over very quickly. These 6 laps will not take long. Up in the 9th now. Just going to keep overtaking, keep going forwards, and trying to make sure we don't overcook the corners. Trying to just navigate it around. Slowly doing the throttle as we go. I can't think what it's called. It's like you do something to the throttle on corners, and I can't think what it's called. But anyway, we're now in 5th position, 3 laps of 6 down, and just trying to keep our position going. I don't care if we don't finish first, especially after the damage we took early on. As long as we're in the top 12, that's the important part. So far so good, as we gained 4th position there, and I think we're going to gain 3rd. We do indeed, on the inside, take 3rd, as we start lap number 4 as well. Of the inside, we're in 3rd position now. We can see the car ahead. Potentially, that could be 2nd place at ours, if we can just get past him. He's got full health though compared to our low health. So it could be a potentially issue if we're not careful here. Trying to keep him at bay. Although his mistake there into the debris hit us, caused us some major damage. We gain the position in the 2nd place as we start the penultimate lap number 5. Our damage is bad. We now got to avoid all debris, all other cars, and just bring this home. 2nd place is good enough. I've got no idea where 1st is. They're flying somewhere else by the looks of things. As 3rd comes back at us, there's a little look up the outside there, but we've got the inside, and that's the fast line we're trying to take as we start the 6th and final lap now. Just got to hold this on. 2nd place is a good finish. Very good finish. So, avoid the debris. Just be careful now. There's a couple of cars here. I think they're back markers for being lapped. Yeah, that one was. 3rd place coming back at us. They're just coming into shot. But we're staying in 2nd place now. And it's going to be a race for the line at the end of lap number 6. Can we do it? Come on. Yes, 2nd place is ours. Wow. We set a brand new... no, we don't. Our best time is 23.911. I thought it was closer than that. We're about a second off Killer Bee's best times. That's not good. Semi-final, though, we still need to try and beat Killer Bee. We need to find an extra 2nd. Strangely, we're starting in 3rd, not 2nd. I don't quite know why. I suppose the 2 winners should go first. Actually, it makes sense. But we've got a decent start up into 1st position. Straight away, we're flying. This is where we want to be. Out of trouble, out of the pack, flying. That's why that first qualifying race is always the hardest, because you've got to stay out of trouble. But at the minute, we are flying in 1st position. We're going to finish the 1st lap in 1st position as well, from 3rd place on the grid. And this is ours for the taking easily now. Boomer RS should bring this home. Let's focus on lap times, I think. I want to try and beat Killer Bee's time. So let's see if we can focus on that and get an extra 2nd here. to beat it, because that's what we need for the qualifying. Although qualifying, there was a lot of traffic and we were damaged when we finally get out of it, so that second could be made up fairly quickly here. But we're flying. Lap number 3 of 6. No one's getting near us. This is going to be an easy final. Okay, a couple of lap cars here. This is where we need to be careful. Debris on the track as well. This is when it can all go wrong. So we've got to take this as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We're overtaking and lapping a few cars there. Going to look up the inside here. Just trying to be careful. Look for where he's going. As we do catch the back end. He's going to hit us as well. But I think we can... Yeah, we hold on. We're okay. That could have gone a lot worse. If that spun us out, that could have been horrific. But we do manage to hold on, luckily for us. Lap number 4. We've got the final turn before the end of lap number 4. A bit out of sorts on the exit, but we're okay on the corner. Start of the penultimate lap of the race, lap number 5. We're doing okay. First position. No. Okay, car's moving over. Come on. We've got some damage we've now had to happen to us. We've got to keep this going, though. I can't avoid these lap cars. We've just got to try and take them as nice as we can. We're close to finishing this in first position. Taking some damage, but we're okay. This is now the 6th and final lap. This is ours for the taking. First position. Nice and simple. Let's take this home. One more corner to go. No! What? How? We're wrecked. First position in the semi-final and we're wrecked. We did set a brand new track and B-class record of 21.775, which is about 1.2 seconds quicker. I can't explain what happened. A car, we went into them, we just got wrecked. We get no points. So we're doing it again. I'm not having that. That is not the way to finish. And we're going to go big. The Rocket, A-class, 256 rated. Everyone else is B and C class. A-rated Rocket. One of the cars we started the whole career progress with. I would arguably say maybe our quickest car currently. Can we use its speed and smash this track? That's the hope anyway. Qualifying first race, already in 4th position. And you can see actually how much quicker we are than the other cars. Yes, we have to be careful on the corners as every car does. But actually if you take them nicely, you're keeping good speed up. We're taking the corners on an average of around, what, 70 miles an hour? Dropping down to about 60 there. So 60 to 70 seems on the corners. And then around 90 on the straights. We're flying. Absolutely flying. The track record stands at 21.775, which the Boomer RS set last race. There's no A-class record, so the Rocket will set a brand new record for A-class here. I'd be surprised if the Rocket doesn't beat the Boomer's best time. I'd be very surprised at this, because we're flying. No one's getting close to us. But again, as we saw in the last one, Boomer RS, 6th and final lap, first position. In the semi-finals, it takes one car to veer in front of you, and that's game over. So although we're flying, we have to be very aware of other cars on the track, because it can go wrong at any time. And that's a difficult thing, I think. Just having that awareness of everyone else. We've got a bit of damage from a couple of little niggles, but we're okay. Lap number 4 so far, doing okay. This is still the qualifying race. The top 12 needed. But we're doing okay. A couple of lap cars ahead. Just trying to be wary of where they are. Trying to predict where they're going to go next. And try and avoid them at all costs. I'm still getting over the Boomer. I cannot believe first position, semi-finals, final lap, and just got T-boned. Is it called T-bone when someone drives? I don't know if it is. But yeah, out of nowhere. I saw the cars on the top right that crashed. But this other car just come out of nowhere. And we hit him dead on in the side and wrecked instantly. We didn't even have any we had very little damage on us. But yeah, that destroyed our race. We could have been done. Really could have been done. But here we are. Started again, Rocket this time, and we're going to finish the qualifying race in first position, and a pretty good showing by the Rocket, showing why A-class is best class. The Rocket sets a new A-class record, as there was one previously, of 22.583. Strangely, 0.8 of a second slower than Boomer RS's best time. That's a concerning thing. I thought because we were flying so well in that race, I thought we'd beat the track record easily. But actually, maybe we won't. 22.583 is a good time, but it's not track record time. Has it been 21s? Let's see. We'll focus on lap time on this one once we get a decent gap, which I think we've already done. Semi-final, end of lap number 1, start of lap number 2. Already in the first position as we started in first. Again, we're flying. And again, we just need to watch out for other cars and debris. Little mistake there as we grind the wall, but no damage done. Just got to keep going and keep looking forward and being aware of other cars. I want to beat this lap record though. I'm not satisfied the Rocket can't beat the Boom RS's time, especially when Boom RS is only a B class. I'm not having it. So that is the race, either in this race or the final, because I think we're going to qualify unless something extraordinary happens. We need to beat the Boomers time. I'm not having a B class being an A class in track record, to be fair. But the Rocket is flying. We are doing really well. Lap number 4 now. We've just got to make our way through this lap traffic as quickly, efficiently as possible. And hopefully no one makes anything difficult for us, although they are now. As we've been blocked in there. Oh, we're catching everything. Wall cars. Just got trapped in. Door was closed on us. Had nowhere to go. But we managed to get out relatively unscathed, to be fair. And we are overtaking more cars as we lap more. As we start the penultimate lap. We've seen how easily this will go wrong. So we've got a bit of a fingers crossed right now. Because it's getting a bit hairy. Cars that we're lapping are fighting. And including us in their fights. So we don't want what's happened previously to happen a second time. I don't want to have to redo the whole race again. So far so good. We're coming to the line to start the final lap, but there's lots of traffic in our way up the inside as we do another lapped car there. Just let us past. We're lapping them. Sure, just move out of the way. Just veer out of the way and leave us go. As that one seems to do. Up the inside there. We've got 2 more cars ahead of us. They're fighting hard, which means if they crash, it could affect us. That's why we've got to be careful, but I think we're okay. As we're going to run for the line. First position. A nice, easy win for the Rocket. Sets a brand new A-class time of 22.439. Again, nowhere near Boom RS's best time. Nowhere near the track record. But now that's not the focus. Now the focus is winning. Because this is the final race that needs points so we can move on to the World Masters. Lap records are good, but we need the win and the points. I believe if we do not finish now, we still get points. It won't be good points, but it'll be points. So there is some degree that's taken out of this. It doesn't have to worry so much. But first position, 24 cars, already starting lap number 2. This is going to be fast and furious, but it's going to get really dodgy towards the end of the race. As we said before, these tight races, it's debris that causes the problems. So far so good for the Rocket. I'm annoyed it's nowhere near as quick as the Boom RS, which is surprising. Something we'll have to look at in the future. Seeing who can set what times. But as it stands, we're starting lap number 3 and we're in first position, flying. Absolutely flying in the Rocket. So I'm going to bow out for a second. Let's see if we can keep this going. We're back as we are approaching the end of lap number 11 and start of lap number 12. We have got ourselves in some trouble in the race, but we've managed to keep it going. Again, we're flying out front. Time-wise, gap-wise to the cars behind, nowhere near. It's just threading the needle, making sure we miss the debris as much as possible. This car's all out of sorts. Little niggle there, but nothing major. Round in the corner for the end of lap number 12. A race to the line. An easy victory for the Rocket. First of 24, sets a best lap time of 22.465. That's not as good as the semi-final time, so it doesn't gain a new record. But we finished it. It's done. And that means every race now is done in the Pro Internationals. Final position first. Bonus target 0 of 2. I don't even know what they were, to be fair. Total points 200 of 200. That is us done for today. That is us finished in the Pro Internationals. Every race now has some points. Some not very many, but some points. Next episode, we begin the World Masters. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, a like on it does really help the channel. We'll see you next time for more Wreckfest.